INFJs and Betrayal. Betrayal is one of the most excruciating experiences an INFJ can endure. Unlike other personality types who may view it as an unfortunate but inevitable part of life, INFJs feel it on a much deeper level, like a wound that cuts straight to their soul. This isn't just because INFJs are emotional, it's because they invest deeply in their relationships, often giving their trust, time, and energy without reservation. When that trust is shattered, it doesn't just hurt, it shakes their entire perception of human connection. For an INFJ, trust is sacred. It is not given freely, but rather carefully placed in those they believe are worthy. INFJs don't just connect with people on a surface level, they build bonds that feel soul deep, rooted in authenticity, loyalty, and shared understanding. When someone betrays that trust, whether through dishonesty, abandonment, or deception, it doesn't just feel like a personal attack, it feels like a betrayal of everything INFJs stand for. It can leave them questioning not only their relationship with others but also their own judgment, self-worth, and ability to navigate the world safely. But why do INFJs experience betrayal so intensely? Is it because they expect too much from others? Or is it because they see the best in people, even when they shouldn't? And more importantly, how can they navigate the emotional aftermath of betrayal without letting it consume them? If you've ever been blindsided by someone you trusted, if you've ever felt the weight of deception pressing down on your heart, or if you're struggling to find closure after being let down, this video is for you. We're going to dive deep into the INFJ's unique relationship with betrayal, why it happens, how it affects them on an emotional and psychological level, and what they can do to heal, rebuild, and protect themselves in the future. This journey isn't just about understanding betrayal, it's about turning pain into power. Because no matter how deeply an INFJ is hurt, their resilience is unmatched. And in the end, betrayal will not break them, it will refine them. Let's get started. 1. Why betrayal hurts INFJs more than most. INFJs don't form connections lightly. When they open their hearts to someone, it's a deliberate and deeply felt decision. Because of this, betrayal isn't just a broken promise, it's a violation of the trust that INFJs hold sacred. Imagine spending years confiding in someone, believing they understand your soul, only to discover they've shared your secrets or dismissed your feelings behind your back. For an INFJ, this isn't just a disappointment, it shakes their entire worldview. It forces them to question their ability to trust, their judgment, and sometimes even their worth. Recognize that your pain is valid. Betrayal doesn't make you weak or foolish, it's a reflection of the depth with which you love and trust. Instead of shutting down completely, focus on developing discernment so that you can continue connecting with others without exposing yourself to unnecessary harm. 2. INFJs see red flags, but often ignore them. INFJs have an incredibly strong intuition. They can sense when something is off about a person or situation. However, their deep desire to see the good in others sometimes leads them to overlook warning signs. Have you ever felt a nagging feeling about a friend, only to brush it aside because you wanted to believe in them? Then later, when the betrayal happens, you realize you saw it coming all along. INFJs often ignore their instincts in the name of kindness, but this can lead to heartbreak. Trust your intuition. When something feels wrong, don't dismiss it. Instead, investigate those feelings, set boundaries early, and protect yourself from unnecessary pain. 3. INFJs and emotional investment, why they take betrayal so personally. For an INFJ, relationships aren't casual. They invest their time, energy, and emotions deeply. When they are betrayed, they don't just lose a friend or partner, they feel like they've lost a part of themselves. If an INFJ supports someone through difficult times, offering their unwavering loyalty, and that person later turns on them, the betrayal isn't just painful, it feels like a rejection of everything they gave. Understand that your emotional investment is a gift, but it should be reciprocated. If someone continuously takes from you without giving back, consider whether they truly value the connection. 4. INFJs struggle to let go, even after betrayal. INFJs don't just walk away from people. Even after being betrayed, they struggle with cutting ties, holding on to the hope that things can be repaired. You might find yourself wondering, what if they didn't mean it? Or maybe I misunderstood. This desire to see the best in people keeps INFJs stuck in painful situations far longer than they should be. If someone shows you their true colors, believe them. You deserve relationships that honor and respect you. Learn to walk away without guilt. 5. Betrayal forces INFJs into isolation. When hurt, INFJs retreat. They disappear into themselves, shutting out the world. They may stop reaching out, fearing that every relationship holds the potential for pain. This isolation might feel safe, but it can also deepen the wound. INFJs need meaningful connections, and withdrawing from everyone only prolongs the suffering. Take time to heal, but don't let betrayal define your future relationships. Find safe spaces where you can rebuild trust slowly. 6. The INFJ's need for closure, and why they rarely get it. INFJs crave closure. They want explanations, reasons, and an understanding of why someone would betray them. Unfortunately, many betrayers either refuse to take accountability or gaslight INFJs into believing they're overreacting. Understand that closure doesn't always come from the person who hurt you. Sometimes, it comes from accepting that their actions were about them, not about you. 7. How betrayal affects the INFJ's self-worth. INFJs have a profound sense of purpose, and their relationships often reflect that. When someone they deeply trusted betrays them, it can feel like their entire sense of self has been shaken. They may internalize the betrayal, questioning whether they were ever truly valued. Because INFJs seek deep emotional connections, they take betrayals personally. Unlike other types who may simply move on, INFJs often replay every detail, trying to understand why it happened. But this intense self-reflection can turn into self-blame. Betrayal is a reflection of the betrayer's character, not the INFJ's worth. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" ask, "What did this experience teach me?" Write a letter to yourself as if you were comforting a dear friend in your situation. This helps separate self-worth from external validation. 8. INFJs and revenge, why they rarely seek it. INFJs feel things deeply, and betrayal can trigger a desire for justice. However, unlike more confrontational personality types, INFJs rarely seek revenge outright. Instead, they withdraw, trusting that life will handle the consequences. INFJs believe in karma or universal justice. Even if they never see it firsthand, they trust that people who deceive, lie, and betray will eventually face the consequences of their actions. Instead of wasting energy on revenge, use it to build yourself up. Sometimes, the best revenge is thriving and never giving the betrayer another moment of your attention. 9. The INFJs struggle to trust again. Once an INFJ is betrayed, their ability to trust others is severely impacted. They may become hyper-vigilant, analyzing every word and action in new relationships for signs of deception. INFJs are naturally intuitive, but after betrayal, their intuition turns into over-analysis. They may start seeing red flags where there are none, simply because their mind is in self-protection mode. Instead of shutting down completely, give new people small opportunities to prove their reliability. Remind yourself that not everyone is the betrayer. One person's actions do not represent humanity as a whole. Write about a time when someone did prove themselves trustworthy. This helps balance out fear-based thinking. 10. Why INFJs blame themselves. INFJs have a tendency to assume responsibility for everything, including things that weren't their fault. After betrayal, they may analyze every detail, convinced that they could have done something differently. Because INFJs are highly introspective, they often believe they have more control over situations than they actually do. This results in misplaced guilt. Recognize what is and isn't within your control. Betrayal is a choice someone else made. It is not your responsibility to prevent someone else's poor decisions. Practice self-forgiveness. Just as you would forgive a friend for being deceived, offer yourself the same kindness. 11. How INFJs rebuild themselves after betrayal. Healing isn't just about moving on, it's about using the pain to become stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. INFJs can turn suffering into wisdom. They are natural alchemists of emotion, capable of using pain to fuel self-evolution. Instead of seeing betrayal as loss, see it as a refining process. Engage in self-care activities. Meditation, therapy, journaling, and new creative pursuits help reclaim a sense of self. Affirmation: I am rebuilding, and I am becoming stronger than before. 12. The power of selective relationships. After betrayal, INFJs become highly selective about who they allow into their inner circle. INFJs are naturally empathetic, but betrayal teaches them to reserve their energy for those who truly appreciate it. If someone makes you feel drained or uneasy, trust your intuition. Surround yourself with reciprocal relationships. Seek those who give as much as they take. 13. Moving forward with strength and wisdom. At the end of the day, betrayal does not define the INFJ. Their depth, love, and integrity remain intact. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting, it means refusing to carry bitterness into the future. Holding on to pain only prolongs suffering. Continue being authentic, no matter how others treat you. Betrayal is painful, but it doesn't have to break you. INFJs, your depth and loyalty are rare gifts. Keep them for those who truly deserve them. Have you ever experienced betrayal? How did you heal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more content on INFJ psychology and relationships, be sure to subscribe. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.